Ain't nothing peculiar about the way that I was raised, and my heart is on the way.
Hi everybody, I hope all my unicorn warriors are doing great, and I hope everyone has a happy new year. And I guess this will be the last video that I do for the year, because in a couple hours it's going to be 2025. So I thought I would go ahead and finish the breakdown of our third part of the fisherman conversation that we had. We were on part 3, and I think this would be breakdown part 3 too as well with it, and the last of the conversation that we had, with a lot of things put in perspective and getting more answers, and you know, getting a lot more information than what we gotten before. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
Crazy.
It
crazy.
is.
Just like that little boat that I was fishing in that day. You know, I'm paying taxes on that boat, and I had that boat probably, well, the other boat that I had, it's just a little one-man boat. It ain't but a few dollars, but they gonna find a way to get a dollar.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where I live at, they're the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Just...
I got a post on my page. I got to get up and go to work because the people on welfare are depending on me.
Oh my goodness.
People say, well, who got that candy when you come up to the door? This ain't all already.
Right? You want beef or chicken? Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I can get you the last page off. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and I mean, everything sounds the same to me. I mean, it's just a big difference is context and some of the gaps being filled in, you know?
Yeah, Lord have mercy. I wish I could get everybody out there in that field out there.
Right.
With a microphone and just sit out there and tell them.
Yeah.
Well, like you say, though, Ron, I haven't been doing no digging or nothing because I don't want to. I know I'll just get upset. I got away from it in the past maybe month and a half. I'm just getting my life back, you know.
Right.
To where I'm not thinking about it every day. Still like, you know, sort of looking behind my shoulder and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
Because, you know, there was some things on there I seen where it said that I told one of the interviewers that I said that his lawyer had land. I never told nobody that. But it was put in there somehow.
Yeah.
On one of them interviews. I never told that interviewer. I never even said that that JP even done it, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't never even said, hey, I know he did it, because I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what happened. All I know what happened was what the law told me.
Right, and you just threw in there. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I know. They had me cousins with JP. I was like, what in the world? I never even heard of Miller, JP Miller.
Yeah, he's a character. He is a character.
Pure nut. Pure nut is what he is.
Yeah, he is.
But I'm gonna tell you this, that who was that telling me that? This was a couple of weeks ago. They told me, they said they've got stuff on JP, even if they don't get him for Mica, they got him for messing with young girls.
Oh yeah, and a lot of financial stuff too.
And a lot of financial stuff, and he'll be going away for a long time. I said, well, oh well. Yeah,
yeah, we don't feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Did you know that JP's got, so I was going to say, like, make sure that whoever you do talk to, as far as, like, detectives or, you know, law enforcement, make sure that that's who they, you know, they say they are. Because I think...
I've already been through that.
Okay, so you heard about JP hiring, like, private investigators and people actually thinking they're detectives and stuff, and...
No, I hadn't heard about
Yeah.
that, but I
Yeah.
did get in contact with one, and that I really thought that he really was, but I come to find out that he had been arrested for false cop, being a false false identification as a cop.
Oh, impersonating an officer?
There you go. But he was in another county.
Huh.
Yeah. And he was telling me not to talk with the other people doing this, that, and the other. But come to find out that Tyler, but not Tyler that I was telling you about, and the thing, my name and everything, coming to find out he was working with her and was talking about me. And then I found out about it. And buddy, I put it on him. I put it on him, and I ain't heard. But yeah, I've already been through that too. No, I'm not talking. You're gonna be the last person I talk to. But no, let's just FBI. You know. What about Veronica?
What one?
That one about the cigarette smoking.
Oh, well, I asked you that? Oh, okay. Yeah, people were asking, like, Okay, so here we're about to get into the explanation of the lighter. And this was something that was very important because that was one of the things, like, well, for a smoker, like, you'd always have a lighter on you, and, you know, like, he's been on the water all day and didn't have a lighter, and yada, yada, yada. You know, this is things that, you know, were being asked about. And I had asked them, and when we were messaging back and forth, how long he had smoked for, and was he trying to quit at that time. And apparently nobody else has asked him those questions. And the reason why I was asking was because if you're trying to quit, then you're not going to necessarily have a lighter on you, you know, because you're trying to quit. But if something stressful happens, you know, you're going to want to smoke. So, I mean, it's just, I guess, like a relapse to cigarettes, you know. So, and so I asked him about that, and then we got to talking about the lighter, and so we'll get more details now about the whole lighter situation. Or they were saying that, well, if you're a smoker, you're going to always have a lighter on you, and this and that and the other. And I'm thinking, well, you know, maybe you was trying to quit at that time. And I know when I was trying to quit, or when I did quit, and then something bad happened, you know, the first thing I wanted was a cigarette, and so that's what I got. So I was thinking, well, maybe he was trying to quit and was like, you know, well, you know what, I ain't got a lighter because I was trying to quit. So
believe it or not, this is the true fact about this. When I got to the river, before I even got to the river, I realized that my lighter was getting low. I smoked all that day up until maybe before I heard her crying and stuff. Before I went into the sleep, that's about when my lighter had went out. Because, you know, like I told you, I was coming. I had no intentions of really going into that slough. Right. When I got to it, that's when I was headed to my truck. When I got to the slough, that's when I said, I'm going to go up there in that slough and try them for a little while. Because, you know, it wouldn't take me long to fish around it. Right. So your lighter just quit working. That was it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I had a lighter, but it had quit working. Right. And I was actually, when I put my boat in the river that day, I was actually having to pad it to make it work. I said, Lord, maybe I'll get through the day. Right, you know, every trick to get that lighter to go until it just won't go no more. But yeah, that's the... Yeah, because people were thinking, like, well, you know, that was, you know, weird. Like he was out there all day and didn't have a lighter, and it's a smoker, and... You know, and I mean, like, people are missing a lot of context with things, and, you know, they're just like, okay, so he just left for 45 minutes to go get a lighter, and so that's why I asked you about. Yeah, and that was another thing that we kept hearing, not necessarily from the fishermen, but from other people, different stories about, or different times of how long he was gone for. So I've heard many different versions, and I'm not saying it came from the fishermen, it came from a multitude of people, but some would say that he was only gone 5 minutes, some would say he was only gone 10 minutes, some would say he was gone for an hour, 45 minutes that he left, and
dropped his boat and truck off somewhere and then came back in a different car. So the story has been twisted in different ways to where it kind of kept everyone, I guess, like confused on, you know, like what happened, where did he go, what was he doing, you know, why would he come back in another car? And it was just misinformation that was being thrown out there as like a distraction tactic. So while we're all looking over here, you know, the fishermen, you know, and I'm not saying that, you know, I agree 100% and all this, but I mean, I do understand more of his side now, and I do believe him a lot more now than what I did before, since I have talked to him and he's answered a lot of questions and, you know, given me more information and details and, you know, where things do make sense, you know, and then cleared up a lot of things. So, and I don't see someone, and I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but I mean, I don't see someone going out of their way to talk and to explain themselves and to go to law enforcement and tell them that something's not right, that this needs to be investigated even more, that he don't even believe that she did it, and that did not sound like, you know, a 911 call that was made out there, and things aren't adding up. Now, if he was so involved, that would be like telling on himself, you know, and him trying to figure out things too, like, you know, like why wasn't there any birds or anything like that in the background? Why didn't he hear a splash? Why did he not see any kind of red evidence anywhere? Why didn't, you know, why did the kayaker follow him, you know, back there and backtrack his steps when he thought the kayaker was gone? So, I mean, I hope I'm making sense here, because, I mean, I would not think that someone would go out their way that far and be involved in the way that a lot of people were thinking. Even me, I thought it too. So, I mean, like I've always said, I've always had like two scenarios, and I've explained those, and, you know, and I've had questions, and I asked the questions, and I got the answers. So, it's okay to have questions, and it's okay to change your mind once, you know, you find out answers, you know. But what we don't do is go after people and threaten them, and, you know, and put others in lives in danger or make them feel threatened or anything like that. No, because that's not how we get answers, and that's not how we get truth and justice. So, you know, the smoking and lighter and stuff, because I'm like, well, I mean, that's something I haven't heard anybody ask about that would make sense.
You know, I never even really thought about it. They hadn't even thought about it to what you just told me.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't even really think, why would they making such a big deal out of it? But yeah, I see why now.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's why I was like, well, like, if I talk to him, yeah, really. I mean, I even still keep one on me now, and I don't smoke anymore. I vape, but I mean, I still keep one on me, because, I mean, heck, you need a light. He even explains, like, why he went to the gas station that he went to. He explains more into, dang, now I done lost my train of thought. But he goes into more detail on different things at the back, or the ending of this. And even he tried to go back to that gas station too, and asked if he could get a copy of the footage or see the footage, or, you know, if he could get the footage out there to show that that's where he was, and, you know, that he was only there between this and this time. And they told him, no, you can't look at, only people that will give it to is law enforcement. So, so for someone to be so guilty, it seems like they're going awfully a lot out of their way in order to tell on themselves, if that makes any sense. Sometimes.
You know what I done after that day?
What was that?
I took and put one in my tackle box for a spare, just in case it happened again.
Right. Like, you ain't gonna catch me leaving again for no lighter.
You better believe it.
I'm gonna have to find you some of those, waterproof matches and stuff.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something else too. Lord knows it's bad to say, but if that happened to me again, I just think I would just go on and ignore it. It's bad to say, but
yeah.
I would. I really doubt I would, because I ain't that type. But
right.
if I'm gonna make sure, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, with the whole situation and everything, I mean, yeah, you were done pretty dirty.
God.
Done pretty dirty.
God.
Man. And I'm so sorry too.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. I had never really took any thought in about that lie. That's why people will be thankful.
Okay, so I added in. Okay, this is from the original video that I did, but since I didn't get a chance to really go over these comments and stuff in that one, and I was just kind of leaving Easter eggs and stuff, I'll go ahead and read what this person said. So let's see. It would be awesome to get this interview transcribed by someone that is certified to do so. And it says, well, it didn't take long, and we all have our speculation on who this person here is. So, but it says, well, it didn't take long for this to turn into a full-blown conspiracy channel. Johnny Jacobs has been overly exposed himself, and now repeating accusations from social media. The lawyer's land verified backs up to a creek, not the river property lines, and any canoe kayak would need a couple of hours to round trip to the park. Johnny never denied going to the store. He didn't see the need to add a bunch of detail in the moment. The maintenance guy, if that was actually him, was proven wrong as to why the guy was driving a white Charger. That does belong to Johnny Jacobs, of another ethnicity, build, age, profession, etc. Basically pulled from a Facebook search. Guess it's time to stop clicking on this channel. Okay, so, but the fisherman that I am speaking with in this conversation here is the same one that has that car. So, who's confused? Because I didn't just pull him up off of Facebook and say, hey, that's you. No, that's not how it worked. And see, this was back when, before the conversation that I had with the fisherman. And this is when I was asking questions. This might have even been on the Breakdown the Flows interview or something. So already there's misinformation in this comment that knows a lot of information for someone that's not involved or lives somewhere up north somewhere and just a grandpa or something, as we've been told before. So right, yeah. And then people, because they would hear like 45 minutes or an hour, and this and that and the other, and so everybody's like, okay, that's enough time to do this and that. And then I don't even know how you coming back in a different car All right, JP knows the place the lawyer owned land that butted up to the river, and she told a friend that's where she was going to do it. I call BS. He said he took her to her doctor, which one? Wish any doctor who treated her came forward. Not a single tear from all that crying. Also about the video of her saying she tried to pass herself once in the missions trip. Okay, which I know the backstory to that, and I think I've talked about it before in other videos of the whole story that she told on the missions trip. So but yeah, we're going to get back to Johnny here. We're going to rewind this just a little bit. All right. Because they would hear like 45 minutes or an hour, you know, and this and that and the other. And so everybody's like, okay, that's enough time to do this and that. And then I don't even know how you coming back in a different car came into play, but I know that was another thing that I heard. And
it was just because I had said something about my car, probably.
Right.
To be honest with you, I really don't remember that. The whatchamacallit might have said something about it.
Right. And then everybody just ran with it being the same day, so.
Yeah, the maintenance man had to have said something about it. I don't remember saying nothing about it, but, yeah. That's the only thing I can figure out, but,
well, did I ask you any questions that were different? Alright, so let's go. Alright, so let's go to these comments, because this was something I've been wanting to do too, so we might as well just go ahead and do it since we're here. It says, fact known to investigators, the truth stays basically the same over time, though recollection and public commentary can influence memory and add to the original statements. A lie tends to be rehearsed, shorter in nature, and either remain exactly the same or become blatantly different as the liar attempts to cover their lie. Like completely changing what one heard, experts have picked apart the testimony from Jennifer McCabe in the Karen Reed case, complete compulsive liar, their opinions. The fisherman is not part of any conspiracy to end Mica's life. He is a simpler life type, feeling a lot of pressure, intimidated by social media and people making accusations against him. Lastly, this was with the Flo interview. What is with Flo and all the background chaos in his videos? It is extremely distracting. Okay, so yeah, this was going back to Flo's interview that he had, and he let me do like a reaction or breakdown of it over here on YouTube on my channel. So, and then people were going back and forth with this CRX guy. And someone said I agreed 100%. Someone lured her out there. Yep. Alright, let me hit play.
Because I had said something about my car, probably.
Right.
To be honest with you, I really don't remember that. The whatchamacallit might have said something about it.
Now, supposedly, too, the maintenance man. The maintenance man out there, and I've heard this from different people as well, so that the maintenance man is a known, allegedly, supposedly liar, and that he just likes to twist things up to, I guess, just to be a part of the show or something. So it actually came from him, supposedly, about the fisherman leaving and then coming back in a different car, when actually that didn't happen. The fisherman left, went and grabbed him a lighter real quick, and then came back. He didn't go there in the white car until the next day, when he went back to, or whenever it was, he went to go meet with the family or get updates or whatever it was. All right, so back to the comments. And all right, let's see. never know the general public concern over cleared persons is not a priority of law enforcement. If anyone believes otherwise, they should prepare to be often disappointed, and people wonder why the kayaker never spoke to media. I wonder why, hint, hint. And then kindness, one of my favorites. Again, you sound like you know something, but you said they were basically cleared. Until a law enforcement clears them, they aren't cleared. So, yeah, no one ever cleared any of them. We never heard that. We never heard Robeson County clear anyone or investigate anything. They just said, oh, this happened and that's what it is. I mean, okay. Alright. And then everybody just ran with it being the same day, so.
Yeah, the maintenance man had to have said something about it. I don't remember saying nothing about it, but yeah, that's the only thing I can figure out.
Alright, here goes one of my Easter eggs too. So this comment says, he hired a follow team and a hitman team to fix the problem and make it look like self-harm on Mica. Exactly. And that's exactly what I and a lot of you have been saying this whole time. You put these two pictures together, these two animals, and you have an organization. You have an organization of ex-military, ex-law enforcement, ex-FBI, ex-whatever up there in government with the knowledge and the tools and everything to be able to stalk, harass, and take care of dirty work. So, and this right here was why I went to Robbie. Because at this time, when someone sent me this information about this group and about how they were stalking them, and you can look up for the lawsuits and everything about how they were stalking the Indians around that area with the pipelines and everything, and the dirty tactics that they did. I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I first started this. Now, I just had some questions and it just kind of blew up, and you know, then y'all want me to continue, I will continue. But at this time, I did not know what I was getting myself into. Now I'm better prepared, and I'm not worried or scared of JP Diddy and his clan. But this is why I went to Robbie. And Robbie said he was safe. Robbie said he had a direct link. I've never dealt with this kind of stuff, you know, FBI and, you know, hitmans and I ain't never dealt with this. I didn't know. So Robbie said he was safe. He had a direct link. Go with him. You can stay anonymous, stay safe. Everything else sends me bogus link. Okay, well, now I know not to trust just anybody on the internet. So, but this right here, because she knew too much. She could not be controlled anymore. He could not drug her anymore, allegedly, and keep her under his thumb. So he had to find someone, private investigators, a hitman, someone to take care of dirty work. Don't believe me? Well, did I ask you any questions that were different?
No, just mostly that smoking thing.
Oh, okay. So I did do something different. You're my first, actual, big ever, interview. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just a nobody, so, but I mean.
No, you're not, man. You are someone now.
But I'm going to definitely let people know, though. Leave Johnny alone.
Yeah, I got some out there saying that, but Thank you. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, and this right here is this is Nicholas Jennis, one of the very good people, supposedly, from Solid Rock, that's around JP Diddy and his clan and everything, that's got a pretty, yeah, don't let him around your kids. But he has the nerve to comment and say stuff to, and y'all see right there, Angelita. We all know that's Mica's mom, and Abel is Mica's stepfather. And you got Nicholas over here commenting, saying, "I'm very surprised of the judgment without facts. He did not abuse anyone." Now he's defending JP Diddy here. "I'm not here to defend or judge, but I can't stand by as rumors and hate drive the public earthly understanding opinion personally. I'll wait for more facts before I make any opinion. But God told me to stay amid in the struggles of the church. Godly people stand against the angry mob. Weak of faith, tuck and run. This is a great opportunity to grow in Christ for all of us. Allow God to provide peace, not of this earth. Allow God to show us our shortcomings. Repent, drive forward with the grace and strength of our God, and love in our hearts. We are all hurting. Hate is not of God. So if anger causes hate, condemnation, or the like, the anger is misplaced." Hold on. We are all hurting. You are talking to a mother and a family that just lost their daughter. And you're saying we are all hurting, as in, what? A mother lost her daughter, her child. I think she is more than hurting. And anyone that's not angered by this, and by how Mica was treated, and how she tried to get help, and how she tried to get away, and she tried to do the right thing, and she tried so hard, and she was so ready to move on. If you're not angry by that, I mean, I just don't understand. Yeah, you're not supposed to hate, but God gave us emotions. We can be angry. We can do that. And against the angry mob, like, I just can't even wrap my head around this. Like, you are speaking to a mother and family that just lost their loved one, and you're speaking to them as if they're just some random person. We are all hurting. I could not imagine the pain of losing a child. I could not. So to throw God, and that's what he was doing, throwing God in their faces, you're misrepresenting.
Hey, honey, thank you. I really appreciate whatever you do try to do for me. I really do.
Well, I know actions will speak louder than words, so. Oh, yeah. Someone had said, and now some of this is going like way back, so I don't remember exactly what video or exactly where these comments came from. But yeah, Randall's nephew does have a church 4 minutes from the gas station. Winslow, Randall, Logan, Killamilla are involved with her death. I mean, who drinks a hot energy drink? Definitely some shady dealings for sure. I have been to 41 Grocery and Grill twice, and it is definitely sus. The drink cooler where she got her energy drink wasn't working. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna go back and do a whole we're gonna go through that footage and stuff of the gas station, because there's a lot of things I caught on there that we need to relook at. So I will definitely prove it to you, and like I said, if there's any way I can help, or anything or whatever.
Oh, I weren't saying that like that, baby.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I know you will, but yeah. It would be nice to know that people work. I mean, like I said, a lot of people probably wouldn't even think twice about it, but it just bothers me.
Alright, here we were talking about Lumberton and Robeson. This is someone that is a friend of mine. And they are talking about the law enforcement and things around there, and saying that it is very corrupted, and it's not just police officers there. A lot of behind the scenes, girl, and I'm talking about mafia. That's not going to change no matter what you try to do. Believe me, it's been going on for decades. That town is owned. So, and you know what they say, money talks. Money talks. So, I mean, why would you choose that area? There's a reason. There's a reason for everything.
There's people out there thinking stuff about me. And not only that, it's absolutely dangerous for people to be talking.
It is. Yeah. And I mean, when I tell you that, I mean, I not maybe to that extreme, but I mean, I can understand, because I've had people that, went around and threw my name in the mud and stuff. And I'm like, I don't even mess with nobody. Like, I stay in my house and I work, and that's it, So, and then it's like, well, this is where I live, and you're coming here to where I live, starting all this, I mean, yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, so.
Yeah. But, like I say, it is what it is.
Well, I'm so sorry, and I thank you so much for even giving me the time of day.
Well, you do whatever you want to do with what you got in front of me. It'll be fine with me.
Okay.
It'll be fine with me, but, in my mind, I'll be thinking like...
Yeah, I don't blame you.
People will be saying, well, he's just changed up again. This, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, it is what it is. I know.
Yeah, and I mean, when as time goes by too, I mean, you remember different things, and you actually have time to sit down and think about the situation. You're like, wait a minute, like this don't make sense, and that, and then I mean, everything happens so quick with you, and I mean, I'm sure, like in that moment, you wouldn't really. Like on a one-track mind, like thinking, you just react. Yeah.
But like I said,
all right, here's that Highway 74 that we were talking about earlier, that goes from, let's see, it looks like maybe Texas. Goes all the way from Texas into that slough where Mica was found. That's a long stretch of highway. And let's see, it looks like it goes right to Lubbock River State Park. That's interesting.
Well, okay. I mean, really deep down in my heart, that's what I felt like had happened. I think that's the only reason why I went back up in there.
Right.
I never heard nobody else's voice. I never heard no hollering. I never heard no talking. I never heard none of that.
Right.
I heard somebody crying, a gunshot, crying stopped. So of course that's what I thought.
Right. Well, yeah.
You best believe I didn't go in there not nervous, of course. I was nervous going in there.
Right.
I didn't know what I was going to face, but I really deep down in my heart felt like that's what happened. Because I said to myself, "Oh my God, I hope what I think just happened didn't happen."
Right.
So I was just going in there to see what was happening, and it was just a pure mystery to me until I got to where the law was at. And he told me what had happened.
Right. Did you think that was... So the law just pulled up, and they already, before investigation, anything, already knew who, what, when, where, all the little details before an investigation. How does that happen? So how can they rule something so quick without an investigation? And see, I even asked the fisherman this. Like, did you find that odd?
And he told me what had happened.
Right. Did you think that was weird? That, like, they knew all that? Did you know that she didn't say her name on the 911 call?
She didn't say her name? Well, this is what the law told me. He said that he told me he drove 105 miles per hour from Wilmington. He got there as soon as he heard the call. So from him to get from Wilmington to the state park at 105 miles per hour, it didn't take him but a few minutes to get there.
Right.
But now, as far as the name, I'm just wondering if he might have figured that was her name when I told him. I don't know if he knew her name at the time or not. He just said, he told me a young lady had called. He didn't really talk. I hope I'm not lying to you, Veronica. I think that's what he told me.
Right.
That a young lady had called. But see, I had told him when I pulled it to him, do you know because I said I couldn't see if it was Mica or Mica.
Right.
I said, you know a Mica or Mica Miller? He said, that's when he asked me, how do you know her? So I reckon.
So the officer knew the name. Otherwise, he wouldn't be asking, how do you know her? How do you know her? When he says, do you know a Mica or Mica Miller? If he didn't know the name, the officer wouldn't have been like, hey, how do you know her? How do you know her? That wouldn't have happened. He'd have been like, no, I don't, who's Mica? You know? I mean, that's how I think about it. I mean, why would you say, how do you know her if you didn't know her or know what happened yet?
I don't know if that's where he got it from, her name, or he already knew her name. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
He just told me a young lady had called and said that she was going to kill herself where she was at and wanted her parents to be able to find her quick.
Wanted her parents to find her quickly. But she's face down in the water with debris and a log on her and covered up and wouldn't have been found. But she wanted to be found quickly. Wow.
Like I said, I think he told me he was like on a 24-hour call. He had told me he had no sleep because he had just left a call that night from a young boy that got shot. And then he told me this here had happened. But anyway.
Man, that's sad.
But yeah, I mean, it happened. From the time I heard the shot, okay, and from the time I heard the shot, done all I done, it got back to the land, and I'm gonna say it probably took maybe 20 minutes, and he might have been already been there, I guess. So, you know, she done the call, and then she done what she done, or if she did do it herself, whatever.
Right.
She done it, and then I figure maybe From when I heard the shot, I went in there, come back out, got back to the room. I sat up for about 20 to 25 minutes, maybe. That's just guesstimating. I'm not sure.
Right.
But it wouldn't have took him from Wilmington to Princess Anne 20 minutes driving 105 mile an hour.
So there's a distance between Princess Anne and where y'all were at? Yeah.
Wait a minute, ask me that again.
There's like Princess Anne, it's not like a little street or something right over there at Lumberton. It's like a different area altogether.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's considered, Princess Anne is considered oral district, ORUM.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not Lumberton now.
Okay, so it's not like a little street or something that, like a house where somebody would live.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a street coming to the river to where people stayed at.
Right.
If that's what you're asking me. But it's just the road that comes into the river, to the park.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I could be there in maybe 15 minutes or so driving, well, maybe 15 to 20 minutes driving normal, you know.
Right.
But him, he probably got there in 10 minutes from Lumberton, because I can be in Lumberton from Fairmont. I can be in Lumberton maybe 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
5 to 7 minutes, maybe not 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. That made some other things make sense. Yeah, because people were thinking like it was a street or something, like a street that was like right over there, like where the maintenance guy or people that worked there lived or something.
No, there's just a road. It's just a street to turn off the road. Yeah, the street to go to the park.
Right.
You know, I was parked when I put it behind that log. Her car was right there beside of me when I put it behind that log. Her car was in that parking lot.
Oh wow.
I looked at the tag and said South Carolina. Yeah, so that's her car right there. When I first got there that morning at that park, see, there's actually 2 parking places there. Her car was in the first parking place. Okay. When I got there, there was a bunch of people there. They'd get together, you know, they had guitars and stuff. I figured they were having a church get together or something like that. There was a bunch of people in there. But I don't know how long they stayed there because I went in the rear. I don't know how long it lasted. But I think she might have came in there and a bunch of people were still there and everybody wasn't paying no attention.
Do you remember I said there was some kind of get-together thing that day too?
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there was so many people, her car coming there and they wasn't paying no attention in there. But then I got to think, well, maybe she was coming to that event that they were having there, you know?
Right.
I don't know.
But nobody's seen her. No one's seen her at all.
I just can't get it in my head. Why in the world did she come down here?
Right. Yeah.
Why did she go through all that trouble? How did she know to even go there?
Right. How
did she, And another thing too, I don't know if you heard about the part where they said she waded through water and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
She didn't do all of that. Her sister them told me that she didn't do that. Yeah, she didn't wade through waist deep water, because that water wasn't that high going.
If y'all want to finish listening to the rest of it, I will link them down below. And I will see y'all next year. And love y'all. And today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Bye.